What's up, guys? Brian here with Off the Mat Podcast with my co-host.
Keith, I didn't know if you were gonna stop there.
No, I just played it out. It's cool. No big deal. What's up, buddy?
Hello. Had to take a moment there.
Yeah, what's up with that? You good?
I think hard for me to breathe.
Oh, yeah. That happens.
Those weather changes always messes up my breathing.
Stop it. I'm over the snow.
Yeah.
How was your weekend, man? It was an exciting weekend.
Stressful.
Oh, it was? Why was it stressful?
Well, because for those that don't know, I'm officially signed up for the Victory tournament coming up, and I will be competing at Blue Belt at a lower weight class than I anticipated. It was like a nice little goal. So Trout sponsored me. Tyler Trout, amazing Jiu Jitsu player, reached out to I believe the both of us.
Yeah.
But he reached out to me and said he wanted to sponsor me after hearing my tales of not wanting to spend money on these competitions. And he signed me up. And when he signed me up, I probably was at it's a month ago. So I probably was at 225, 226. And he was like, do you want to do the heavyweight or do you want to do 215 and below? So I was like, you know what? It'll give me a goal and something to shoot for. So I said, let's do 215 and below. Now, once he signed me up, I was like, oh, shit, this is real.
Mm-hmm.
So he signed me up, and, I really put the work in the last two and a half weeks of losing the weight, but this weekend was like the big test to see how much weight I could lose. Not all in one weekend, but, over time, because I started the fasting, the 16 hours with the 8-hour window to eat, and then eating, watching everything I put in my body, which made a huge difference. So last week, Monday, I was 221, and so I started doing, my own Glory Fit class, and then working out with the men here, and then an ab routine at the end of the night.
Yeah.
And stayed consistent all week and watch what I ate, and officially, I am on weight. I'm on weight and ready to compete, so I'm excited. But it was stressful because working and getting off at 4 o'clock in the morning and not eating was mentally tough.
I think it's stressful now. Wait till you get to the tournament.
Oh, man.
You're going to be a little bundle of stress, and I can't wait for it.
I don't think so.
Yeah, you will.
I think because just getting to this point and making weight is awesome enough. And I know my game. Obviously, I'm at a level now where I don't know everything. I don't know anything.
Yeah.
But I'm comfortable, and I understand whatever situations I end up in. I'm willing and ready to try to dominate.
All I'm gonna say is if and when you get nervous, it's okay.
Thank you.
Everyone gets nervous.
My biggest thing, the same thing whenever I take my fight, I just want to make sure I listen. Because I don't mind getting submitted, and playing the game and losing.
Yeah.
But as long as I listen and I put my best effort in, that's what I want to do. Because I'm afraid I'm going to get tunnel vision, tune out.
And just go for a guillotine in stupid positions.
Just
and stuff
hold
that.
on to something, or as you're screaming.
Just gas yourself out.
Yeah, as you're screaming at me, dude, put your left foot on the ground, and then I'm just going to be sitting there just
no, I'm almost done.
Yeah. So, but I've been working out a lot of dangerous, I believe, dangerous positions, and getting some good rolls in, especially going with Trout, and so some of the staying with people on my level. Not every round, but staying with people my level, and that'll surpass me. And seeing how I can play the game with them, how to implement my game, but also see how long I can survive and what dangerous positions I need to work on. So
yeah, it'll be fun.
Defensively, I'm very confident.
You're gonna learn a lot. You're gonna learn a lot about yourself. That's one thing though. Back to just the getting nervous about competition. That's one thing that a lot of people don't talk about. In our world, in the MMA world, the Jiu Jitsu world, that's something that a lot of people don't talk about as far as before a competition, if they're nervous or anything, and if that's okay, and it's common. It's extremely common, and by common I mean like everybody gets nervous before a fight, before a jiu-jitsu tournament, and it's something that does not go away.
Yeah, I mean, this is the first time I've competed in a long time, and especially.
Have you ever done like a one-on-one competition or anything like that?
I did an in-house tournament.
Yeah.
Which I know isn't the exact same
No,
thing.
it's still an intense situation.
I did an in-house tournament.
There's a lot of attention on you, yeah.
And I remember being surrounded by everyone. I remember gassing out within like 2 minutes.
Yeah, your adrenaline just goes nuts, dude.
I remember I still remember the vivid moment where I had like a double leg, and all I had to do was just kind of put him on the side. And I didn't know what I would do. And everyone was like, put him on the side, put him on the side. And I ended up like holding it and like gassing out from there. And then from there, like spending the rest of the round, like surviving.
Well, that's a big thing is like you get an adrenaline dump just because you're in such like an intense situation. You are nervous and you are stressed out because you're in a competition state, whether it's an in-house tournament, a regular jiu-jitsu tournament, or a fight, Yeah. And that's key. That's where experience comes in, is not giving into that adrenaline dump. Like giving into it enough to use it as a tool to like get like a takedown or something like that, but having the knowledge to know when to back out and when to settle and do things like that, so that way you don't give into it and then you're dead after 2 minutes,
Right.
Because then you got 4 more minutes after that. I think you got 6-minute rounds.
I mean, I'm not worried about the duration. I really do believe my cardio I'll be okay. I really do. I trust in my cardio.
It'll be a different experience. 1 round in the tournament will feel like 5 rounds.
Well, if that's the case, then I'm screwed. But
yeah, well, you'll have time in between matches. Yeah. You'll have time. They'll break it off. They'll do like a different bracket and give you like a match or two to catch your breath and get a drink and everything. But yeah, I mean, 1 match feels like you just did 5 matches even it's sometimes more than that too, just because like your muscles are strained in a way that you're not used to.
Yeah, there's a lot of things I've been thinking about going into it and watching. Well, one, I'm thinking about doing a vlog just for the day of. Yeah. I'll edit it and put it out, and maybe I'll put it on the Off the Mat podcast channel, or I'll do it on my own personal channel. I'm thinking about doing that just to show the experience.
Yeah.
And then
it's not a bad idea.
The second, watching some of the quintet matches and everything, because I'll be doing no-gi too, and I do not do a lot of no-gi.
Yeah. What are you doing tomorrow?
I'll probably have to come here and get some no-gi.
There you go.
But one of the things I don't want to force a takedown. Like, I want to be okay. Like, if I get to a standstill, like a stalemate, I don't want to force it. I still want to shoot and go for my attempts.
Yeah.
But I also don't like want to just like give up a takedown just to be like, all right, let's get to playing the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's one thing too, because sometimes I feel like, especially even here, I feel like I need to force a takedown or get taken down, and then hopefully try to.
Yeah, it's okay to pull guard, right?
No, it's not okay to pull guard.
No, it's 100% okay to pull
guard. I understand that.
I can't wait to roll with you on pulling guard.
Oh God,
I'm pulling guard.
I'm playing with those legs this weekend. But there's a lot of rules and things I want to know. I mean, I'm grateful for the opportunity and to be amongst my teammates, and I want to represent for the team, but also getting to this point, making 215, which I know it sounds silly to people that are already in shape, means a lot to me.
Yeah, no, it's a huge accomplishment.
I haven't weighed 215 since I moved here 4 or 5 years ago.
There you go.
So this is progress. This is the lightest I've been in 5 years. So I'm very, very excited. And like I've said it before on the podcast, and I'll say it again, this isn't just for the competition. This is like my lifestyle now. I want to continue getting healthier so I can continue to be better in life overall, because my health is one of the biggest things that sometimes keeps me down. So
yeah.
So I'm excited.
Not only that, I mean, isn't your health like the most important fucking thing in your life?
Yes.
I would say.
Of course.
I mean, without your health, you're dead.
Yeah.
Literally. So,
yeah.
I would say it's probably like number 1.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's good. Good, man.
But thank you to everyone, teammates, Brian, everyone that's pushed me and motivated me, and I've shown a lot. I've seen a lot in myself in the growth, and I'm grateful. So thank you to all. And yeah, how are you, man?
Good. I'm gonna record your matches, by the way.
Yeah, you should.
Okay.
Because I need to learn the same thing with doing stand up or anything. I'm not gonna. If you just tell me, I might just get caught in the moment and not understand what I did wrong.
Yeah.
And plus, I'll learn a lot. And this whole tournament thing is supposed to help elevate my game.
Jared and I think I said this last time. Jared and I are looking on getting on a respect card together.
Yeah, you did say that.
Yeah, he's gonna talk to the people. We're gonna try and get on a respect card together. That'd be cool. I want to do those. Those respect. That I feel like that's what I should be doing now.
The way you described it and the way it sounds so gritty and underground, I love it.
That's exactly. But the mats and everything, like the tournament itself is clean. It's just the surrounding was like gritty and like underground, and it was just like I don't know. It felt like it was illegal.
That's what I'm saying. It reminds me of like those old school like video games.
Yeah.
Where you could pick your venue, like when you're playing street
it was like
football.
Def Jam Vendetta.
Yeah, that's what I think of when you described it. So
shout out to Def Jam, dude. You remember that game? That game was amazing.
What a great game.
Yeah, no, it was terrible, but it was great.
Yeah,
it's just rappers beating each other up. For those of you that don't know,
rappers that can't fight in real life. But
yeah,
can,
you ever seen Celebrity Deathmatch? It's that, but rappers.
Yeah, it's dope.
But yeah, that's essentially what it was like. Just like a very underground thing, and it was It was cool. It was blood sportish, but jiu-jitsu. So,
what do you think about those, like, not just for jiu-jitsu, because this is the first time I'm sure it goes on a lot, especially with gym battles. What do you think about, like, the backyard brawls and all that? Like, there's a channel on my YouTube that pops up all the time, Street Beefs.
Yeah.
It's literally like them just setting up in the backyard and letting, like, you can tell some of the guys have like maybe a month of MMA experience or training.
Yeah.
But normally it's like, and they go out there and fight. And I've watched some matches.
I mean, it's hard to say, I would say that's a hard life. We'll just put that out there right off top. That's a hard life. The thing that sucks about that is like, I don't know, man. It's rough.
I mean, they have a ref. Like, they have a ref that, like...
Yeah, okay. All right.
At least the small things I saw, it's not too, like, gritty, and it's not, like, some illegal... It's not, like, headbutts and everything, but, I mean... You can tell it's clearly two guys that...
Is this with, what was his name? Dada 5000? Isn't that his name?
It's in that realm. Yeah. It's in that realm, though. You can tell they set up in someone's backyard. They have, like... a fence, and then there's like a referee.
Are they doing like MMA fights, or are they?
Yes.
Like
MMA gloves is the only thing that's MMA about it, and then they're just there to brawl. It's kind of cool because sometimes you see a couple guys.
Is it though?
That look like tough guys get like submitted.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, cool. That's cool for the jiu-jitsu player to come out on top.
Yeah.
But it's not always.
I don't think I'm into it.
It's not.
I'm into it for like the entertainment factor of like, oh, there's a train wreck. Let's watch it as the train wreck's going down. But if you can prevent a train wreck, we should probably do that.
Yeah, of course. I want to show you at least one little like 5-minute video.
That's just like well, it's not just like it, but very similar to it. The what's it called? Rough and Rowdy.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, are they getting paid? They're not getting paid for backyard brawls.
I don't know. I don't watch enough.
If they're getting paid, then I could watch it more. Like Rough and Rowdy, I can watch because I know they're getting paid $500.
I'm sure they might be making like $100.
A little more regulated too.
They have like repeat fighters too. They have like guys that come back.
They have champions. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's legit.
That shit's funny as hell, dude.
Yeah.
I love watching that show. It's so funny. I die laughing.
Yeah.
I'd introduced it to my brother the other day, and he was just like, "Oh God, what's going on here? What is this?"
Right.
It was amazing. But let's talk about not shitty fights. Let's talk about the UFC card this weekend.
That.
Borowski. That entire card was amazing. We good? We still recording?
Yeah, we should still be recording.
Cool.
I just want to make sure you weren't out of the frame. But keep going.
Right. Yeah, the UFC fights were amazing, dude. That entire card, top to bottom, was fantastic.
I saw highlights. I didn't get to see every single fight, but I saw highlights in the sense of before we get to the main card, I saw Irene Aldana. That's what started my night off. That was my first highlight.
So I didn't catch much of the prelims. Like I saw some of them, but mostly I paid attention to the main card. So I saw, what was that? That 20-year-old kid?
Yeah, Chase Hooper.
Yeah, him. Yes. I saw him fight.
Ben Askren's kid.
Dude, God, man, that kid. What weight was he at?
Oh, had to be all of 135.
He's got to go up in weight class. He's going because he's gonna hit. He's only 20 years old. That dude's gonna hit another growth spurt.
Yeah,
like he's gonna get bigger. He ain't done growing.
No,
he's gonna get bigger and he's gonna have to bump up a weight class. You see how fucking scrawny that boy is?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yo, he ain't gonna stay that way either. He's gonna get thicker. But yeah, so that was cool to see him. You know, he just graduated 4 days ago, so I'm sure he's having a great time. But I saw that fight. I saw Zach's last opponent fight, Omari Akhmedov. I don't know if you saw his fight.
I did not. He win?
No. I don't think he did. Did he? I only saw part of it. I don't think he did. No. Okay. But he's ranked now.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Rank 15?
14.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Not happy about it.
Interesting.
But yeah, so I saw him fight. I saw that he was ranked. That's what really caught my attention. And then past that, who was the main for the prelims? Why can't I think of it?
Mike Perry.
Yeah.
Mike Perry versus Jeff Neal.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Mike Perry got deleted.
Yes, I did get to see the knockout. It's crazy how, I mean, Jeff Neal's no one to play with.
No. Yeah, I had him going into that fight. I had him winning that fight going into it. But yeah, that was rough.
Sometimes I forget.
What's going to happen with Mike Perry?
It depends on Mike Perry.
That dude's got a losing UFC record.
Yeah, but he's so entertaining, Dana White and them would keep him.
That's what I said.
It's just the whole, what does he want to do? Because, I mean, he's a crazy individual. He's entertaining as hell. But, I mean, once you start going to sleep, we've talked about this in previous podcasts, that button's always there now.
Yeah.
Like, it's exposed. And I'm not saying everybody that he fights, but his style does not help.
Yeah.
Does not help his future fights. Unless they start matching them with equal records or like prospects. But, I mean, does Mike Perry want to be a gatekeeper? Or the proving ground?
I mean, does he have the ability to be any more?
Yeah.
That's the real question, right?
No, you're right. I mean, it's just like, that style's fun, but this is another one of those effects where after a long time, it wears out.
Yeah. I mean, you could, yeah.
At least from what history has shown. I could be totally wrong. He can come back. He can take off 6 months, be back in 9 months and take a fight and whoop someone's ass and, get back to talking. But, I mean, he had a funny post after where he's like, I hate that I love getting punched in the face. This time it actually cost me.
Yeah. We'll see. I just thought, someone had asked me about it since he has a losing record if he was going to stay with the UFC. I was like,
oh, yeah. As
long as people are paying.
Yeah.
As long as people are paying. And then the main card, which, before we hop into the main card, I just want to say I was right about every single fight with the exception of one.
Yeah, that's right.
Two, actually. Because I don't believe that Marlon Moraes won.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that decision. You didn't see the fight, though, did you?
I didn't see the fight. But
yeah, that decision was wrong. Aldo should have won that fight.
I know that I was wrong. I thought I'm such a Faber believer.
Yeah.
I love Faber. I just love him. I'm just a fan.
I knew that's why you picked him, too. I didn't want to, say anything.
It wasn't off,
whenever you said Faber, I was like, you're just blinded by being a fan right now.
Yeah, that was totally, just a fan pick.
Yeah.
But
I knew that's exactly how I expected the Faber-Jan fight to go. I expected Peter Yan to just fucking maul him like a bear. Jesus Christ, did he ever? Fucked Uriah Faber up,
now
dude.
Cody No Love is trying to get that fight.
That would be a good fight. That would be a really good fight. I think Cody still comes out on top just because of the boxing background. Like,
I wonder, now that we know what we know about, EPOs and everything.
How he ran it back with TJ?
Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean? How do I feel?
Because he almost put away TJ twice.
If we're being honest, I think Cody's on the shit too.
Okay. I mean, okay.
I mean, that's just what I don't know if it's necessarily EPOs, but I don't think he's a clean fighter.
Okay. I mean, that alpha male kind of has a murky
But,
background.
I mean, you can make that argument with any of TJ's fights. Like, his style would be completely different if it weren't for EPOs. Yeah. EPOs made his style. It's without EPOs, he wouldn't be able to have that style. He wouldn't have the gas tank to keep up with the style that he has.
Right.
Which is what EPOs does. It just basically extends out your gas tank, gives you a bigger gas tank.
I hear you. So I'm just looking.
So, I don't know. Good question. But I will say that I think Cody's on the shit too.
Okay. Very strong opinion. I don't. This is new to me.
I think there's a lot of athletes that are on the shit.
I mean, just come to the DS side, bro. Everyone's on it.
I'm not gonna go that far, but there's a lot of I would never say like Max Holloway's on the shit.
No.
But Cody Garbrandt looking a little suspect, my friend.
Okay. We gotta go to we can go to Holloway. Can I just say right off the bat, without seeing a fight, I hope he takes like a year off.
Really?
Yeah. Because all his fights is a war.
Yeah.
And I think in 4 or 5 years we're going to have that DS syndrome. Where it's not going to be cool to see him anymore.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Like, we would just get too much of him is what you mean?
In a sense, no. I think he'll start being... I think that the effects will start to kick it in.
As far as like head trauma?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard. It's hard for us to say anything about head trauma. One, neither of us are doctors.
True.
We know nothing about CT and head trauma based off of what we've seen on TV and YouTube videos and things like that.
Right.
We have no concrete information about head trauma. So it's hard to say like he's gonna start seeing effects probably within this amount. Like we have no idea.
If he keeps fighting the way he does, I don't think it's healthy.
I agree, it's not healthy. I agree, but there's no way that we can determine how much more damage he can take. When we're gonna start seeing effects of head trauma that he's had or things like that. You know what I mean? We know nothing as far as that stuff goes. And we won't know until that stuff starts to happen.
Right.
There's no way of testing it. We will not know until we start seeing effects. And you said that you started noticing effects too, like leading up to this week, like he might be concussed or he might have some head trauma that's like coming too. And that's very possible. That might be the case. But I don't want to... That's one thing I don't like doing is completely going towards head trauma like every time that there's an issue with a fighter.
Okay.
I don't like just automatically chopping up to, he's been hitting the head too many times. Like,
that's fair.
There could be other things, but I would say that you are 1,000% right that it is not a healthy idea to take shots to the head as much as a lot of these fighters do. And
that's
just
fair.
To do it like back to back to back, like what you're saying, like just taking fight after fight after fight where you are taking damage and you are like having those wars and those battles. For sure, not good.
Right.
For sure. I agree. But I think it's unfair for us as spectators to say when and where those effects are taking place.
It is easy for me to sit here and
like,
he looks like this. You're right.
But, yeah, I don't know. It'll be... I think that... I agree with you that he had something going on like leading up to the fight, whether he be concussed or he is feeling some sort of effect or whatever. He was off for sure. It seemed like, whether it was his interviews and even whenever he was fighting, he seemed like he was just behind. Like he was just lacking. He was just he was just behind. But it's interesting because last night Zach was saying that he thought Max won.
I mean, I would have to. I think that's what I might do. I might sit and watch the fights.
You need to do that, dude. It was a good card.
You're gonna have to give me your experience because I'm gonna be no use.
Really good card. So essentially, I think Volkanovski looked great. It sucks because I've been riding the Volkanovski train up to this point. Once he signed the fight with Holloway, I was like, not touching that. But yeah, he just outworked Holloway is all it was, and it just seemed like Holloway wasn't pulling the trigger on a lot of things, and he was just kind of like lulled. And I think if they run it back, like after enough time, like what you're saying, like Holloway take a few months off, probably not so much a year, but I would say like 3 to 6 months.
Yeah.
Have a full fight camp and everything. Holloway wins that fight for sure because Volkanovski's got holes every single time he was entering in, whether it was like a clinch exchange, grappling exchange, or striking, which most of his entries were striking. He dipped his fucking head every single time and just like moved it, kind of like how Frankie like moves in whenever he's going for like hooks and everything. How he'll just like do like those little duck unders and things like that. Volkanovski was doing it, but like way exaggerating. You fuck him up with uppercuts and knees all day. All day. In my opinion, I think he's got holes, and I think Holloway will recognize those holes if they run it back.
So they run it back. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's a big chance because who else is really knocking on that door to compete?
Not only that, what kind of a piece of shit are you if you don't give Max Holloway a rematch for his title? Are you kidding me? He's been a dominant champion for how long?
Right.
And has literally jumped every time Dana said jumped.
Yeah.
Without hesitation. So, absolutely give him a rematch.
Okay.
Amanda Nunes's fight, she showed me that she is a true champion in the sense of changing up her style. Do what?
Keep talking.
All right. In the sense of changing up her style the way she needed to. So typically she's throwing bombs and she's throwing heavy strikes and she's staying striking with everyone. Did we lose video?
No. We're about to, so I just want to keep
it. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
That's why, because I'm just going to edit it.
Yeah. No worries. So... yeah, she changed it up and she kept it wrestling this entire time, which was really interesting. It was good to see that she can change up her style the way, however she needs to, based off who she's fighting. So I think she knew that she was at risk if she kept it standing. Not necessarily that she would like definitively lose, but her chances of winning definitely go down whenever she's standing against her. So yeah, she took her down and just kept her down and. Yeah, she just showed me that she's a true, well-rounded champion, and she's a complete martial artist, in my opinion.
She's amazing. I mean, the way she goes out there, she's dominated and beat everyone you think that would give her issues.
In my opinion, she's the most impressive martial artist that we've seen to date. I would say, like, as far as the UFC goes, I am the most impressed by Amanda Nunes and every single performance that she gives, dude. She's great. She's amazing.
I mean, I see. What's funny, and I know this might be unpopular. If she went into boxing, I'd be cool to watch it.
I would watch it too.
Like crossover, because Clarissa Shields was there that night, and she was talking about doing MMA. And Amanda Nunes had the perfect response. She was like, "I'll wrestle the shit out of you.
Yeah,
you come into my world, I'm just gonna put you on your back."
Yeah,
which would be a nightmare for Shields. But I'm trying to think who's gonna be out there to compete, because she answered the biggest question I think that was in all a women's mixed martial arts was Cyborg.
Yeah.
She put that shit to sleep. Jermaine, I thought striking wise would have been.
Cyborg left afterwards too.
Yeah.
Like, yo. She didn't
took her ball and went home.
Yo, yeah. She tucked her tail between her legs and rolled out.
Now Bellator's about to just feed her.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
But she got rid of Cyborg. She took care of Rousey.
Yeah.
Which,
Which
Rousey was done already.
Yeah. Okay.
Outside of like rematches of people that might have beat her in the past, And even those people, because the only person I can think of is Kat. Kat's gone to Bellator.
Yeah. Even if she ran it back with Kat, I think she fucked Kat's world up.
Yeah. Don't tell Kat that because Kat was calling her out. But
it doesn't matter. You fight for Bellator now.
I guess in a way, I know Megan just got a fight. You can give Megan like 2 or 3 more fights, see how Megan does, and maybe Megan can be the next contender in a year or two. I'm trying to go through that division and see who could really step up. How about this? One of the biggest fights I think that could happen in 2020, Shevchenko.
Yeah.
I mean, technically I think Shevchenko might have won that last fight.
Maybe.
And they're both 2 different animals at this point. They both have evolved and had growth.
Yeah.
Shevchenko's leaving her division to go fight Nunes, but that'd be an amazing fight.
Yeah. I agree. I think size would play a factor for sure.
I mean, but Shevchenko was...
Yeah.
You can make an argument that last fight Shevchenko beat Nunes.
Yeah. You could. As of now, I'm soaking in the amazingness that is Amanda Nunes. Because I'm just overall impressed with her. She's just amazing.
I want a photo with her. I want to meet her.
Didn't you say that last time?
Probably. I think I might have said it off camera.
Yeah, that's exactly what you said. That's so weird.
No, I said it off camera.
I want a photo with her.
I want a photo. I want to Okay. I feel like sometimes we get to greatness passes by, and I feel like Nunes.
That's what you want to do is take a photo. You don't want to I don't know.
I'm not gonna get a private with her.
Pick her brain for a second.
About what?
I don't know.
What it's like to be great.
I guess I don't know.
I would love to have a conversation with her, but I think out of all sports, and we've talked about this before, in this sport, I feel like I can meet the greats.
Yeah. And
whatever event pops up, if I'm able to go to, I would love to be a fan and just be a genuine fan of her.
Yeah.
And keep it short.
I always feel weird whenever I'm in that position. I don't want to overwhelm those people.
I think with her, that's what I'm saying. With her, I actually would go out of my element.
Exception.
Yeah, I'll go out of my element and ask for a photo. I wouldn't take up any of her time.
Yeah.
Literally, hey, can I get a photo? You're awesome. Thank you, champ.
Yeah. Okay. I can see you doing that.
Yeah.
Not for me, but I can see you doing it. And then last fight, we had Usman and Covington.
Yeah, I did get to see that fight.
Oh, you saw the whole fight?
Not the whole fight. I saw the last 2 or 3 rounds.
Okay.
Obviously, I saw the replay of him getting his jaw broken.
Yep.
And then I saw, because it popped up on YouTube, someone showing the hot action of the fights.
Yeah. So real quick, whenever I was watching the fights, so one, I want to say, because you've talked about it in a previous podcast, that person that's at the bar, it's why aren't they doing this? Why aren't they doing that? I have one of those people whenever I was watching this fight. It was I didn't say any. I obviously didn't say anything or anything. I didn't even acknowledge it with who I was watching those fights with and everything. I was just it was just something I noticed and made a mental note. I was that's exactly what Keith was talking about.
It's a nightmare.
Yeah, it was just this chick that was watching the fight. She's why isn't she doing this? Why isn't she doing that? And I was because she's trying to fucking win.
Right.
You know? Oh man, it was painful to listen, but it was just one of those things where it's oh, if you knew how ignorant you were right now. But during the Colby Covington Usman fight, there was a group of individuals at a table in front of me that were very, very much so Colby Covington fans.
Ooh.
In a hateful way.
Yeah.
And it was just gross, and it was very, very, very appealing, or not appealing, pleasing to see Usman win.
It sucks how political this fight was.
And that's the thing is I could tell the only reason they were into it was because of the politics of it. And that's what fucked me up, I was just dude, that's so weird.
There's a couple of people on my Facebook timeline that I can tell I've never watched a day of MMA, but
they want to watch it because it was the grossest thing I've ever seen.
It sucks because you and I are such fans of the sport. We're a part of the sport, and just like some of the headlines I saw was sickening. It was like MAGA fighter gets his jaw broken by a black man, and it was just like
that was a headline.
Yes, it was.
Are you serious?
And I was just like, oh man, like I don't want this.
You know, it was really gross. This was probably the grossest thing to me, and this wasn't anything I can control, obviously, at all. The fans chanting USA.
Yeah.
Like, they're both American fighters.
Right.
What are we talking about right now?
You know, that's a danger of, like, when you bring politics and a lot of antics into the sport, you kind of bring in a hateful side. Because it's sad, but at least a few that I've met, and not everyone, but a few of the Covington fans that never watch MMA were like you said, were there basically based off politics, but there was like a venom to him too.
Yeah,
that was like,
that's a good way to put it. That's probably the best way to put it.
And it was sad to see because it's like these are two guys competing. One, I don't even think Covington is that deep into politics. He admitted last week it was an act.
Yeah, he did admit that. He did.
And if that's his political beliefs, that's fine.
Yeah. I believe he's like that to an extent, but I don't. Obviously, he's amplified it way more, which he admitted to a week ago because of having a camera in his face.
You know, I was like, also, I'm proud to be an American and everything, but it just had that, like, at least to me, had that, like, undertone of, like, black versus white that I didn't like.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't even that. It was black versus white, left versus right, all kinds of stuff, you know, and it was just gross. It sucks because I think it took away a lot from the fight itself. Like so it was even to the point, and this is talking about the specific group in front of me that, like you were saying, just like, had that venom. So like they were even, whenever the eye poke happened with Covington poking Usman in the eye right off top, they were just like calling bullshit right off top.
Right.
And there was a replay where you clearly see his finger going into the eye, and they were just like, "Oh, what eye poke?" And I was just like, "Are you serious right now? You're joking. Like, you hate him a guy you don't know, you hate him that much that you're willing to ignore the rules right now. That's what you're saying. Okay, gotcha." It was mind blowing. I couldn't believe it. But yeah.
And the sad thing about it, and I'll say it, Covington's an amazing athlete.
Yeah. He looked great in that fight. He had an amazing performance.
Now, Usman is definitely the undisputed champ. Amazing, cream of the crop.
Covington did better than I thought he would.
Yeah.
He did better than I thought he would. So what was really interesting, and we should probably wrap this up soon.
Yeah, we have to.
So I'll just say this real quick. So Chael Sonnen called it, actually. He said that it was going to be a kickboxing match.
Yeah.
Which it was, and I kind of realized it probably about the fourth round. So about the fourth round, I was sitting there thinking, I was like, man, now would be a good time for one of them to like switch it up and just go for a double real quick, since it would be completely out of the nowhere. No one's even hinted at a takedown.
Yeah.
So I was sitting there thinking in like the fourth round, but then at the same time, I had the same thought of like, well, if you don't get that takedown, chances are you lose.
Right.
And that was what Chael Sonnen said. He was like, we're going to see a kickboxing match because with both of their wrestling pedigrees, if either of them goes for a takedown and doesn't get it, that could be the beginning of the end.
Right.
That could be the difference in gas tanks. And that's exactly what we saw. It's exactly what happened. Neither of them were interested in a takedown, and I think it's because of that reason.
There was a lot between them. And Covington got really dark in that last week for press. I don't know if you saw the article where he was talking about like him being from Africa, and like he got kind of went overboard to sell the fight. And I think there was so much emotions, and I know sometimes emotions kind of messes you up in the fight, but I feel like the way it went, that was the only way they were going to be satisfied with the finish.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. And I know you're saying like as far as either of them.
Yeah.
Like if it would have went to decision, for sure they both would have not shut up. And we'd be looking at round number 2 coming up soon.
Right. But
they would already be signing for that fight.
And no matter what you think about the finish, the ref called it.
Yep. I agreed with the finish.
And he was taking a lot of damage anyway.
Yeah, I agreed with the finish. Like that, to me, that was a good finish.
Yeah. So it was intense, but it was a good fight. Great, probably amazing fight. Way to end the year, and we'll see what happens next year. This could be a lot. Mr.
John O'Brien back again. Hey, when are we next week? Next week?
It's Christmas next week.
You want to? Oh yeah, it's Christmas next
Eve.
week. That's you. You got your mom in town. I might be in St. Louis. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because Christmas is on Wednesday, right? I thought you were gonna call us bitches.
Yeah, y'all some bitches. Y'all some bitch individuals.
Either way, we're out of here, guys.
All right, guys.
Love, peace, chicken grease.
Appreciate you. Thanks for listening. Bye.